you on.
Okay, it works. Oh. Okay, let's for myself introduce again. I'm the AWS machine learning hero of Hong Kong, and actually for myself, I'm working as a senior lecturer in the institution called Hong Kong IIT, and Cisco is my student, and just say hi. Okay, wait for you.
Okay, I'm Chloe. Hello everyone, and I'm the year 1 student in HKIIT. And let me bring you some quick introduction of our game. And the AWS Legend, the Legend of AWS Warrior, is an innovative and also approaching to learning AWS through the gaming to our students like me. And I think learning is very boring, and then this game can bring me more fun and also learn the AWS through the game, through this warrior game. And then it's also designed to help us, the students, to use the AWS Academy Learner Lab and also the AWS Educate Lab to engage with the cloud computing concepts in a fun and interactive way, just as I told you. And then through the Amazon Bedrock, the systems.
And just a bit background for ourselves, since someone may don't know about what is Hong Kong IIT. Actually, in the past, we are Ivy and we are Ivy IT. But since last year, we have some extra funding from government where we restructured our institution into the Hong Kong Technology Institution. It's a college mainly focused on teaching information technology, all kind of technologies here. And okay, and for my course, and be honest, my course is teaching everything on AWS. So there's some of my students here, they will take all the course under the list. And my student, you will present the next round is the rubber round skill. And we cover more of the exam, more than half in our institution. And also, if you take my course, you can get the exam voucher, not voucher, we can convert the exam fee. Just it means that you can take free AWS exam for free. Yeah, okay. For the background.
Let me also bring you some background. The AWS Academy Learner is a long-running hands-on lab environmental where the educators can bring them on their own, and then they can use this learner lab can bring lots of stuff, or also lots of system can give our students to use, and also the assignments can they can use the AWS Learner Lab to bring their assignments and invite their students to get more experience in using the AWS service. And then it just starts for free for 4 hours IAM section token. Yeah. It's free.
Yeah. And it means that every time students start the lab, they will have the 4 hours for them to try on the lab. Let me show you the demonstration, and then I explain the architecture for you. Sorry, since my channel had my YouTube channel had this. Okay, just skip the. Okay, skip the mouse. Yeah, my mouse is a bit difficult. Yeah, okay.
Let me just do a demo for my student assignments to go AWS Ledger of Warrior. Cool. Okay. First of all, since this assignment is on top of the AWS Academic Learner Lab, there's this temporary section token, so that you need to renew the token every 3 hours, and then you need to submit your API key. This is unique for every student. And first of all, let me demo. I put my key here, and then I put my AWS Academy Learner Lab section token, and will be valid for 4 hours. And okay, this one, copy, and then place here, and then save the confidential.
The 4 hour session token
in the
from Amazon AWS Learner Lab.
And if you retry it, it will become the update. And now you go to Max, and then pay the ledger of AWS Warrior here, and it will load the game. And in this game, you need to just follow my demonstration. You can kill some monster, and can talk to some VPC, and you just use a basic game control WASD and then the spacebar. Yeah. First of all, if you want to talk to the VPC, you just come to here to use a mouse key. and then it was supposed to answer something. This is from Bedrock, or then it is Bedrock to get some random NPC message or some game instruction just for your lucky. If you got luck, you get the game instruction, you just say hi here. And then this is not the task. And then I just tried it. This one is also not the task. Just talk to her again. Okay, this is the real task for you. This is your very confidential. You need to set up, you submit the AWS random app confidential here. That's just I mentioned before. I'll just do it here already. And here I can just try to kill it, get the task, and then I need to finish it. But this task is already finished. I need to check is this red. I need to kill a monster. Now I go to kill a monster, and just be careful. It's the monster is coming. And then cut it out. Yeah, he died.
It run the unit test now.
In the behind the scene, if you trigger a Lambda to run the unit test about the confidential thread, is this valid? Come to here to take the marks again. Okay, my it is confidential thread. I've saved its account here, and this is the first task. And then second one, I want to do another task. I need to talk to the girl again. Oh, second task is quite straightforward. Oh, this is the lucky where we will see the actual question without go through the background. Is straightforward, and this is just create a slider and in ABC
create VPC
the name here, and then it means you take a name tag. I already done this task already. So the unit test build process, I saw it. I said, don't, we'll not do create a VPC here. I want to track it. It's just my assignment is, but just my task is okay. I need to kill a monster to run the unit test. I just look for a monster near me. This one is okay, but this is risky as a few monsters may come together. Just that. Okay, one by one kill it and wait for it. Cut. He died.
The unit test run again.
Okay, and if you understand, so run the unit test. So give a second, you can come to here. Oh, okay. I created the VPC of the slider address already, so I got the mark. And you can do this task with Berkeley as just you can also click here to get your task historical record here and here, and just repeat and repeat. You don't care about if you kill it in the virtual world, just refresh the browser and play the game again. And okay, this is the demonstration of the ledger of AWS.
Oh, this is the just finished demonstration and
hey
the
everyone,
video here.
welcome to my...
Okay, here's the architecture. It's just I doing something where everything is to me. I need to make something very cheap, as I don't have any funding. I always using the AWS credit to create infrastructure. So I just using AWS Lambda and API gateway to create for example, it will run the unit test there to test about the student account. Is this they create the correct infrastructure, for example, the VPC, the ID, or the subnet, the server, whatever. It all kinds of settings. It's using Lambda to run the unit test. And you see that we can track with the NPC there and give you something very funny and interactive for you. As we're using Amazon Bedrock to change the correction every time. Okay, every student play the game, they will have different correction for themselves. They will not repeat, since the AI is helping us to rewrite the correction and instruction for all students every time is different. And then we keep all the record in the DynamoDB and also the test result. For example, we run it under the N unit, we use C#. And if you save the test result into the bucket, so that S3 bucket, so that we can keep the record. Now we will explain just the architecture. We show you some source code. And for example, first of all, the overall we have different kind of we are also using the S3 bucket as a static website. And then this is the Express application. Well, we have the React application here, and the React application is we just save the key and then we will store into the DynamoDB. But however, I just mentioned that the field of trust lab exercise for students, they can only have the session token for 4 hours. So we need to let our students to keep update the token if they want to play the game, so that we can access their AWS account. And it's very simple React application, but we do using CloudFront to speed up the download, and then we save the confidential. We need to say thanks to the creator, as we are not a game developer. We actually just follow a YouTube channel of this developer, and then we create a game, and then we modify the game so that we will be able to call the API gateway to get the mark, to do the unit test, something like that. We will say to Simon. Simon YouTube channel is quite good for learning game programming. And behind the scenes is that we just mentioned the feature. We have two kinds of trigger. First kind of trigger is that you can talk to the girl. The girl will give you the task on top of the requirement for the assignment. And then you kill a monster. It will run the unit test on the task so that you can check about you can get the mark or not. And then here's our source code. And I'm using the C# for this Lambda function. And then I am using the API gateway to use the REST API integration. If you have some background of API gateway, you can have the proxy integration or REST integration. And this is version 2 already. Last time I shared it in AWS Summit, actually, this is the older version, is a proxy. The difference between using the API gateway proxy integration or the REST integration is that I can have a separate Lambda function for each activity so that we can have separate log stream, and can be much easier debug and trace about the problem. So this is version 2 is much easier. And also we can, in the last time, I'm able to using the API gateway usage path to do the range limit. Since some of my students actually quite smart, they just want to don't play the game, they just write the API directly, call to my API and then try to get the mark. Okay? The last version is working, they work, but this version they don't work anymore. Since this version, the API key is the range limit, you can't call the API so fast. We just slow down they try to bomb the game. Okay? For this project, I am using AWS. Okay? A bit background. If you are the AWS user, you may know about CloudFormation. Okay? It's very nice, very good already. But if you write in CloudFormation, you take your time to write a very long YAML. Yeah, YAML is quite good. In my age, I'm using CloudFormation JSON. It's very extremely painful. But if you are just doing something seriously over serverless, you can use SAM framework. SAM framework is you can say a macro. It will convert a very short YAML format, expand it into the longer version CloudFormation, and then help you to create the cloud infrastructure without doing anything. Just run my code. You don't have to kick anything. And SAM, I am using SAM. For example, a source code here is about the API gateway. Just very simple. The API here, API code here. And then I also integrate CloudFront here. For example, I generate CloudFront and then I reference to it so that I can only allow the AJAX call, the JavaScript call to our CloudFront from our CloudFront distribution. I'm not sure about you know about the security. If you know about the web security, you don't want your HTML web page, the JavaScript to send your login username password to a website you don't know. You want to block it. So the cross web configuration here is trying to protect our API from being sent the data to other place. And then if you say that here is the metric, I just limit the number of requests from my student. Every student got a key, and then they are able to call our API to get the question, the test, the unit test, whatever they done. We just count the number of requests they want to. It's just very simple. Just put the user event for them, and then they are unable to call it with their Python program and then from the API. And here is one of the Lambda function I extract the source code. If you are using SAM, it's quite straightforward. You just put the folder path, and then the handler function is the Python. This is the C# version. And then you give the permission. This permission for AWS SAM, it will expand to the very long IAM permission at the scene. It's simplified. You set up the 5 grand permission in AWS. And then we also can inject some environment variable for our source code. And then here is quite happy. If you want to define your REST API, you have two solutions. One of the solutions in the past, you need to do the open API specification or Springer. It's quite complicated. But you can now, if you are using SAP, you can directly to just configure the event here, API event here, and then provide the API ID. And then also, I just told them, oh, you need to check the API here, this source code. One line of source code, I can control the range limit. Okay. Oh, next. And here is the trick I bought it for a few days. They debug me. I'm not feeling for an afternoon. One of the problems is that I migrated my source code from the proxy integration towards the REST API integration. There's two types of API. And the problem is that I found that I am unable to call my API through JavaScript for the agents. The problem is that when you call the agents, it is supposed to have a so-called option. Okay, for HTTP protocol, you know that there is a post, get, delete, put, and then one more is option. If you are not able to support the call thread on the option method, you are not able to do the call thread API call from JavaScript. And this is something straight from SAM framework. As the SAM framework, you need to define every API call through the last line. You have the API, the get API, the get, the post, whatever. If you want to overall in your cloud formation, okay, on the SAM template, every API also allow the call thread. You need to define something like that here. But you can override it inside the function, but you need to provide it at least the option API, option method will be replicable. And here is the source code. You enable the call thread option here, and also you in your source code, for example, here is the C#. You need to also provide a header here. Otherwise, the JavaScript will not work. Okay, let's continue. And here is my source code. How can I test my student AWS setting? Is this correct or not? Okay. For the formal method, if you are an AWS user, you know about, there is this AWS config. Actually, I'm doing something very similar to AWS config, but I'm just using SDK and then NUnit, C# NUnit, to write a unit that's based on the SDK to test different kind of AWS setting, and then just assert to check about, they have the correct CIDR, they have the correct IP, whatever they do. This is just a unit test. And then I am using the C# reflection so that I mark my instruction just over the attribute here, and then I divide the order. Since this is the game, we have the order of paying the task. For example, you need to create your VPC before you create the subnet, before you create everything else, so that we have the order attribute, so that we can have a manual setup of sorting of the unit test. Okay, now it's about the game controller here. And the game controller is just the game task. I told you that this is somewhere done here. So then you sometimes students talk to the NPC. If you just say hi to you and then chat with you, it don't have any game task on AWS at all. Since we have a random vector here, sometimes only the less than 20 minutes we get the game task, and then otherwise the random track full backlog. And this is the backlog API call. For example, random track out, I put a prompt here. Write a source sentence less than 20 words. And then write a word, tell AWS warrior, to encourage him to kill the monster. Then it will generate a very funny conversation. And then tell students something, you kill the monster, whatever, and then make fun. For other case, if you want to modify the question, since for learning, it is quite easy for students to copy from each other if the question is already the same. Okay, so then I just use Bedrock, AWS Bedrock to this very simple one, the Titan model. Okay, you don't have to use a very powerful large language model to rewrite the sentence. People say that Titan model is not so useful. No. Not everything you should use the code. Okay. You don't have to use a very powerful model for everything. You always need to think about what task you are doing, and then use the appropriate model to save your money and save the environment. Okay, just use the Titan model. I can rewrite my student assignment instruction every time, so that the student go through this prompt. It is just something like that. Oh, you are just follow the instruction and then you rewrite them as an AWS warrior, and then you have the prompt here, and then you rewrite the question every time. And then the way the controller is that behind the scenes, I want to make the application more flexible. I just run a unit test inside Lambda. People may think about Lambda was limitation. I can tell you that Lambda merely you can do everything normally in a Linux. It's not a Docker, it's something like a Linux. In Linux, you can run any program, any unit test. For ourselves, I just install the end unit data and then I run the unit test based on the command processing. Okay, we just create a command line argument here. Inside Lambda, start another process and then run the unit test. People may think about you Lambda may just directly use source code, but not. You can even run the NPV conversion there. You can run any process. You just install the something in Amazon Linux and then put it into layer and then you can run it. But for ourselves, this utility, we are running the unit test. Okay, we are also doing something called exam mode. Okay, we will test our students in the lab through a practical test. They don't have to play the game, but we want to count my student mark in parallel every 5 minutes. Okay, in parallel. The most important in parallel. Otherwise, it will not be fair to students. As we count the mark, someone before, someone first, someone later. It is unfair for the student who is the latest one. So I write a step function here. Just use the map. Okay. I'm not sure but you understand about the map reduce framework. Okay. But put it in a simple word. You have an array. My array is all my student accounts. Say 100 students together. I got 100 AWS accounts. In parallel, I call 100 Lambda function at the same time, and then 100 unit tests in parallel. So that all of the students will got their mark at the same time. This is very fair. It's a very fair marking process. I use step function to mark all my students here. And if you want to define step function over the AWS service, still okay, since you can put a JSON as an external, and then you just load it here, you can run the unit test in parallel. This is the step function. And one more explanation is something interesting. People say about that, how powerful of step function is that? Step function is one of the releases is very powerful. You can directly call all the AWS SDK without writing Lambda. This one is very powerful release 2 years ago. Here is a demonstration. I read the DynamoDB, whole of the DynamoDB, no Lambda, just that one. I don't have to, in the past, I need to create a Lambda and then read the DynamoDB and return data. But after the release of step function, directly able to call SDK, you can do anything in SDK or command line full step function without Lambda. Okay, one more, and finally there is the schedule here. Here is the JSON, and then you see my source code here. I have a map here, and then the first step is we scan the DynamoDB, and then map all of the students at the same time, and then I'm able to run 100 parallel unit tests at the same time inside Lambda. Okay, for the deployment, it's quite very simple. This is the beauty of infrastructure as code. If you want to deploy something in another AWS account, it will be extremely difficult if you just create your AWS resource by clicking the console, typing the CLI. It is not scalable. Also, if for the open source spirit, I need to open source my project so that everyone can write a very simple deployment, just a single line of command, and then it will able to deploy the whole of the game, including everything. This is if you want to deploy my solution, it's quite simple. You just fork my repository. If you click, I'm in GitHub. I use a GitHub web code space. I just create code space, and then in my code space, I already predefined all the steps to install AWS SDK, whatever the latest version. And then just run the CR1 command deploy and then provide a hash key. This is a hash key, something magic behind the scene. We do some encryption so that the student is not able to easily get it. Then you can deploy the solution. And for the further development is this one may be outdated. I already solved the rate limit of the student problem since I don't want my student broke my API. I found my student got the GitHub repository. They say that, oh, I can hack the API to directly get the question. Yeah, they hacked my system. My students so smart. They hacked my project. But now they can't hack it. Also, I want to generate more image for the game so that you can have some more image, but haven't tried it. You have the Titan image generator. And then finally, you may learn about AWS Educate. Educate now is free of charge for everyone, not just for students. You want to learn AWS for free, you can work on some AWS lab exercise without anything. You just have any email account, the builder account. You can pay around AWS for free. And I want to expand our game to show that we can also using the free lab from Educate so that for the general public they can play the game and then learn AWS. Okay, like conclusion.
Okay, that brings us to the conclusion. And then this game, The Legend of AWS App Warrior, is an innovative approach to learning the AWS through the gaming in our school HKIIT. And then I can learn this game with some AWS Lambda and also Amazon S3 and also the DynamoDB into the AWS SAM, just I already said, the serverless application. And then I can try to use the AWS Academy Learner Lab to use the AWS service and to the hands-on experience to us, and then it actually can work in our future career. Also, we can engage with some cloud computing and concepts in a fun and interactive way to the Amazon Bedrock also. And then it also allows to customization and also enable the educators or some learners like us and also other teachers can use this unit and to add a new unit test to this game, and then they can just try to learn more framework or learn more about AWS and other subject. And then it can make learning about AWS is more accessible. It's not really difficult and not really so hard. And then we try to encourage the development of the practical skills in a simulated environment and try to learn AWS and also try to learn cloud computing more easily.
I thank you everyone, and our session is completed. Thank you very much. Any questions? Okay. Any questions? If there's no question, just move to the next session. Okay. 有冇人問？廣東話都 OK 咁冇問題啦。OK， 喂冇咁我哋 move on 喎。啲Alex就你介紹下。咁我哋照行路。喂，咁我哋咧其實就